Okay. We are live. Let me post on Discord. Oh, no, part 11. Using me on Twitter.
Votre mère est d'accord pour que vous sortiez seul demain. Vous serez libre. Être libre, c'est être seul. Vous ne croyez pas? Je vous dirai demain. Je veux entendre de la musique. L'orgue, c'est beau, mais c'est la musique des morts. C'est le seul.
Okay.
Vous n'avez jamais entendu un orchestre?
Okay. Cool.
Racontez-moi.
All right, let's get started.
Ce n'est pas facile de raconter la musique.
Okay, so hands. We are going to need to... Oh, that looks weird. Found a new music radio, so we'll see how this goes. Okay. So let's take a look at the actual hands underneath. They're really basic, but that's fine. The biggest thing was to be doing fingernails. Let's just select the entire hand and work on it in solitude. Just make sure they're roughly in a good shape for it. Probably spend more time next time I model to make the hands better, so, but we're not gonna worry about that. We're already far enough along where it's not gonna matter too much. Okay. So if we want to do fingernails, what's the easiest way to do that? Well, let me first, just on my image or my monitor, let me just pull up some fingernails just so I remember how they look. Oh, I guess in my own hands, don't I? So they are like curved and then that. Hello. Actually, this could be the nail itself right there. That's actually a pretty good curve. We can just sharpen that and then have it. Yeah. That's about right. Oh. Less abrupt curve. Yeah, like that. But let's get rid of it now because it's annoying. Oh yeah, and then since last stream, I also got a, what do you call it? I got an add-on that should help us with some of the shape key and unwrapping stuff later. So I'll test it out in a little bit. I don't know how these hands got so messed up. So my idea is basically grab these and turn this into the fingernail itself. And just make it part of the hand. I feel like we might want some more geometry as well. Here we go, actually. I have an idea. So we can wrap this around here. Like that. And we can pull this in slightly. This will kind of give us that shape that we want for the fingernail, which is going to be sticking out slightly above. That might look good. Time for fingernails? I know. It's worse. The worst thing ever. I hate it. But they don't need to be like amazing, so it's not gonna be an end of the world. Just gotta make them, you know, decent enough. Enough to, you know, where people aren't gonna complain about it, I guess. Once I was lazy enough, I just didn't add the fingernails and I did not hear the end of that. So I'm definitely not gonna not do them. But the texture will carry most of it, to be honest. I just want the silhouette to look good enough. I think that'll be fine. Like that honestly might be good enough. It's a little weird on the edges here. Let's undo that split we did on the edge. I think that doesn't work. Yeah, it still doesn't look right. But it might be good enough, honestly. I wish I just knew what didn't look right. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think a little bit of fingernail sticking out is fine. We want it to be about to the tip of the finger, which we have, so. Hello, what's up? My frostbite. Okay. I think the easiest way will be basically to like duplicate maybe this much we can get away with. And then just bring it over to the other fingers. Actually, have to make sure that this is shaped properly. First. There we go. It's a little bit better. There we go. So let's grab that and bring it over. So it comes, yeah, it comes right to the end of it. Just like this. And we'll just connect it in. You inset faces for nails. Oh yeah, I used, yeah, I had that issue a lot too. Making the fingernails or nails. Finger is too long. I can't speak. Yeah, we could try the inset method just to see. So you're talking about basically do this, right? And then bring it forward. Actually, that's not bad. Then we could like raise it. Actually, that's really good. Oh, it's so much easier too. And it doesn't look too bad. The only issue is this kind of like the side here doesn't look very, doesn't have that roundedness, but I guess you could texture that in. It's not too bad. I think they about look the same, but this one is a bit easier. The end result is basically the same either way, honestly. Interesting. I think we'll do this. We'll do it this way. I think it's just going to save me time. Let's just make sure they roughly look the same so I don't have to redo any work. Yeah, thanks for recommending that. I know you just said that that's what you do, but it was like, oh yeah, that's a really good idea. I know I've done it in the past, but I don't think I executed it very well. Looks like I did better this time. Yep. Yeah, that's good enough. Totally. Yeah, we'll just do that. Let's continue. So we just inset, then we move it forward. Move this backward. Another edge. Okay, good enough. And that's almost one hand done. It's mirrored, so we don't have to do both hands. I remember for some reason I didn't mirror mesh one time and I couldn't mirror it, or like I didn't know what to do. It was a couple of years ago. And I did all 10 fingers and 10 toes, and it was the worst ever. You know what I really want? I want one of those coffee or tea mugs that you can like either have a little plate you kind of hook into on your desk, or they themselves are powered like a battery and they keep your drink warm. Because as I've gotten older, I say older, I'm not that old, but I don't drink like all my liquids at once anymore. I used to kind of drink a cup as soon as I got one, whether it was coffee or tea or whatever. Now I just like kind of slightly sip on it throughout the day. I could really use something that could keep it warm, because like I'm not even half done with my tea I made for the stream and it's already cold. I'm kind of like sad. I'm like, oh. Okay, so let's remember view position. I love learning these hotkeys. The hotkeys are so good. I honestly wish I would have learned some more of these hotkeys earlier. Because even this series, the few hotkeys I've learned have been so nice. I'm already pretty used to them. Okay. So thumb time. foil with a decent battery would do the trick. Yeah, but like, it'd be nice if it wasn't like exposed somehow. I don't trust myself to not accidentally put my hand on it or something weird like that. It would work. That's why I haven't made my own. Okay. Let's stop messing with the thumb and just make it. Okay. So, ooh, this one's thumb's a little bit differently shaped. That should work. I still need to figure out how to rebind the proportional editing tool. Like, I know what the tool is to toggle it, or the tooltip is, or not tooltip, whatever that hotkey is to do it, but it's just too far from my finger. Like, O is too far. So I don't even bother. I should find like a better hotkey for it, which I do have one. I just don't know how to set it because I can't find it. That is not very good looking. That's because it's too round. Okay, that's better. Okay, good enough. There we go. That's the shape I was looking for. It's a little better. Okay, so hand done. Hand done. At least for now. Uh, toes. I didn't make new feet, so we're gonna import the feet. It's from a different project I was working on. But since I made new feet, might as well, you know, import them and check them out. Wanted to make a custom controller a few years ago, like for playing games. Or a different kind of controller. Alright, well while I'm here, let me... By the time you got everything to make it... Oh, the hockey. Oh, I see. A controller for Blender, I guess. Yeah. Alright. Let me import this project. So this is what I'm working on in my own time. Very slowly. But she's getting close. I just need to work on the shoes. I was making these kind of sneakers for her. These kind of like flat top, kind of high brim ones. I might switch it out for like some different like loafers or something. But I made new feet. Or at least I was working on new feet. So we're going to import these and see if they're any better or worse than the ones we have for her already. They're much bigger. Let's scale them down. Okay. So here's the new feet. Are they better? Are they worse? I think they're neither. I think they are very similar. They're very similar. Wow. Yeah. I think they're same. I think these ones are better, to be honest. Well, I think no. I think these are better. I think the shape here is just a little off. I think if we fixed that, it'd be better. Yeah, these are a bit better. I don't know. I don't really care about the feet being really good or anything. It's like, if I have them, I might as well. Oh yeah, well, yeah, from the side, this foot looks much better. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, no, yeah, we're gonna use this new foot. Make sure it's about the same size first. Yeah, it's pretty close. Maybe it's a little bit bigger. There we go. We will just, is this mirrored? It's mirrored. We're just gonna ignore the mirror and then apply subdiv as shape keys. And ignore the rest. And we'll re-unwrap the foot. There we go. See if the UV count is about the same. I think it is. Nice. Got lucky there. And we'll just kind of do this. Then bring it out. Oh wait, it's on view. Let's switch that back to global. Sorry if you hear banging in the background every once in a while. I think my landlord is doing something. It doesn't seem it's too loud, so I don't think it's going to be a big deal. You shouldn't hear it, at least not much. Alright, does that fit? Is there anything weird? I think that's pretty good. Or it's gonna be lazy with this. Do we want to be lazy? No, we won't. To be lazy, to not be lazy. Oh, yeah, oh, it is. My bad. Oops. Here we go. Yes, it is on a project window still. Okay. Yeah, I'm just replacing the foot and remaking the bodysuit as well to match the new foot. Nothing too much. Nice. Ah, that turned out really good. Look at that, that was easy. Then we just finish up by closing this off. Nice. Yeah, I'm liking this radio that I found. It's pretty nice. It's got the vibes I want for working. Which is just as relaxed as possible. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like if I have like really intense music when I work, I don't know, it gets me really worked up and I expend more energy than I need to. Do I usually use more than one screen for Blender? No, I just use one for Blender, but I have 3 monitors right now. I sometimes have 4, but I usually have other things. There's not really a purpose, in my opinion, like to have more than one screen. Like some people work like, I think it's better for sculptors, but like some people will work with another viewport open, right? So they'll like sit there and then see that, and then I can work here and do whatever. But I don't know. It's easy enough to switch views and such that I've never found a good reason to. Like if you want, maybe a good thing to do is if you're like doing a lot of shader editing, like sometimes if I'm doing a lot of shader editing, I'll pop out another Blender window for the same project and I'll just put the nodes on my other screen. But that's not that common, so. But that's like the only time I've ever really done it. Do you? Because I don't really know anyone who does that. I think it definitely could be useful. This would have to like kind of find some good things to do with it specifically. There we go. Cool. We now have our new foot. And let's make our shape key for it as well. They're kind of long. Are they? Nah, they're fine. So foot armor hide. Will be like this. And same thing with this. You use the large TV so everything is easier to see, yeah. I have a large monitor, so I guess maybe that's why I don't need it either. Yeah, I know, but that's what I was talking about earlier. That's what I mean by like a new Blender window is like, yeah, new instance of the same project. Yeah, it's like what, window and then new window, yeah, and then this is the same project. Yeah, you can't see it, but yeah. Okay, so have all of this. Oh yeah, so let's unwrap the this again. Oh wait, no, we need to do toenails, that's right. Ah, the poor feet. The poor feet. Oh, oh, it's the other thing. Oh, then I'll have to sit down and work on Reverie more, which is the software I'm using for my VTuber stuff. It's really basic for desktop, so I'd like to get more working so I can like use my hands a little bit better and have it be more smooth instead of kind of jumpy like it is right now. Get the tracking a little more stable. I'm just using iPhone for that right now. Okay, so toenails are a bit different than fingernails. I mean, we're mostly the same, but actually this one's kind of like short. This looks bad. I have curiosity. If we did this, would that look any better? We just do it really fast and messily. Yeah. Bum, bum, bum. Do. I was thinking about doing some coding live streams, and maybe those would be like IRL, where I'd just have my video camera on And then whenever I do modeling, I do like a VTuber because, you know, I make 3D models. I use my 3D model because I don't know. The VTuber stuff is funny, but it's not super interesting to me as like a thing. As like, I don't want it to be a thing, or I don't care about it being a thing that I do. So I've thought about doing that maybe. These feet are so low poly. Oh well. Hello there. Hi Geku. Hope you're doing well. I am struggling to just finish modeling finger and toenails. The worst part. Not into VTubing as a thing, create your own VTubing software. I like VR. VR is my thing. Like anything, like literally anything I've learned in the past 6 years has, because it has some sort of involvement or interest with VR, can help me in doing more stuff with it. So VTubing, 3D characters are a big thing I like. So I don't care about VTubers as a topic, but as a subject of like tech, it's really cool. So I like the tech behind VTubers. I just don't care about being a VTuber, or anything like that. Like I would rather, I would love to work for someone who wants to be a VTuber and just make all their stuff. Like that would be a really cool thing I'd like to do. And they can just be like, I want to do this, and I'll be like, okay, I'll make it. Yeah, I'm using Blender here. I'll give you an update, Geku, on what's going on. So making Darkness from Konosuba in anime. We're finished with modeling more or less. And right now we combine all the materials and we're UV unwrapping for texturing. And I'm just finishing some small modeling details here and there. But yeah, we have the hair here, which we just finished modeling and making. The face and the body, and then... Oh wait, what's going on here? Oh, that's just a shape key. And then the outfit. So, getting pretty close. And I'll be texturing in Substance Painter. So when I do everything in Blender except texturing, which I do in Substance Painter. Ooh. Is that about 3D printing? Yeah, I've 3D printed some things. I need a better 3D printer, I think, but I have an Ender 3 Max, which can do large things, but just not detailed things. And I'd rather do detailed than large. I can show you one thing I have 3D printed. Is there a way I can have a preview? Let's see. Docs. Scene collection. Here. I'll just do this. I'll show you what I have. And pull my camera down. If I add a new source and we can do a, where is it? Video capture device. Switch it to my Logitech. Here I have this is one 3D print I did, which is just the devil head I modeled from my Reze model I made like last year. So I don't know, it's kind of cool. It's a little scuff in the back, one of the fins broke off, but yeah, still pretty cool. I could like polish it up if I really wanted to, but you know, not bad. I've done some other random ones. When I move soon, in like a couple months or so, I'll probably set up my 3D printer. Again, and maybe try 3D printing a bit more. But I'd like to just buy a better one, to be honest. Now that I know more about 3D printing and what I would want, I definitely would rather just get a better one. But then the one I have now is pretty cheap, so it's not gonna be a huge loss. It was like $270 or something, so it's not cheap, but it would be nice to have a better one. I might just call this here and call it good enough, honestly. Just toenails now. Yeah, that's totally fine. Nice. Toenails and fingernails. Sweet. Wait, why is that? Oh. It's hiding it when I make this. Let's blend from shape on that. There we go. Yeah, nice. What supports are you using? You recommend tree supports? Yeah, I was using trees, I think, for that. So the issue with why that print was a little weird is just because literally my printer, it's so big, the Ender 3 Max, and it came damaged in shipping, and I got a replacement part, but I still don't think it's quite right. And so the x-axis is kind of droops. I think that's the axis I'm talking about. The one that just basically goes across. It only has one motor, even though it spans such a large area for both sides. And yeah, it just kind of droops and doesn't always print perfectly straight. So that's kind of why I need a new one. Okay. Cool, cool. Oh, once again, I was working on the wrong shape key. Okay. Now we can unwrap these. And I think... do I want to unwrap the toenails separately? Probably... I don't know. Let's just finish unwrapping the foot normally first. I think I wrapped around here last time. Actually, why am I doing that? I can just do this. That'd be much better. There we go. And we do the same thing as yesterday, which is just make the head a lot bigger. Maybe Packmaster. Oh, that'd be a good resolution. Oh, we don't want the ear to be tiny, so we'll increase the size of that a bit. And we can make the breast part a bit larger too. I think that's all the important stuff. Maybe the hands a bit. Advanced options, fixed scale. There we go. Do you have any tips on 3D modeling? Just started. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you want to learn to do. Do you want to do characters? Do you want to do like stuff to help with 3D printing? So like more like hard surface, like components? Do you want to do environments? Because I think, well, to begin with, it's all the same in terms of which program you're using. I mostly just do characters. I can do other things for sure, but like 90% of my experience is with characters. So I can tell you a lot about that if that's what you're interested in. Okay, so that's the body done. Let's see how the fingers look. Is that good enough to paint? Yeah, you see it's like, there's not a lot of room to paint on unless it's gonna be like 4K, which it's not. So I think we will, unwrap the fingernails separately. We'll just kind of grab the area around the fingernail like this. I think that'll be fine. Actually even do all of this even. But I don't know. In terms of general tips for 3D, I think the biggest thing is just go through the process and make something from start to finish. Even if it's like really bad or not what you want it to be and you're not happy with the progress, like just spending the time to finish something is super valuable and it helps a lot. That's always my number one like tip to people who are getting into it. I think if you can commit and sit down and make something, and that's like one of the biggest things you can do. Yeah. I don't know. Learning 3D is like learning any skill. It's just, you need to, for motivation, it's good to have a goal in mind and not just I want to learn this, because that often does not go very well. And then if you are motivated, then the thing to keep the motivation is to finish projects, or at least finish goals inside of a large project, if it's not something that's simply accomplished. Like making a 3D character is a pretty big deal, but it doesn't have to be. You can make a 3D character in a day, right? It can just be really simple. And I think instead of holding yourself to like some really high skill level, or that like, don't treat yourself as like, how do I say it? I don't know. your biggest competitor is yourself. So I think as long as you're improving over yourself, then that means you're doing a good job and you can keep going with it. And don't compare, like I don't compare myself to other people when I 3D model, because there's always someone better than me, and it's going to be hard to ever feel good about myself if I'm only ever trying to like strive for a higher goal, which is someone else. However, I think it's really motivating if I look at my previous thing and go, okay, you know, it doesn't matter how good or bad I am right now. The thing that is very true is if I can just look at my previous work and say, hey, how can I improve this? And sitting down, and even if it's one thing and the rest is the same, that's fine, because that means it's objectively better than the last thing I made. And so if you keep doing that over and over, you are going to, you know, improve no matter what. Hi, Andy. Eat. Yeah. I think we're just done though. We're just making toenails and fingernails, which I hate doing, but we're finally done. The only thing we need to do now is the mouth. So like the tongue and the hands. Oh, I see. I was wondering about that. So I think the easy way to do this is just cylinder. I like the anime teeth. I like the the half circle. Ah, stupid window, get out of here. Jordy LaForge. Alright, continuing on. I hope someone gets that reference. Hahaha, okay, good. Yep. Well, you say obviously, but unfortunately not everyone has seen it. Do, 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 do. Nice. I think that's pretty good. And tongue. Do 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 do. Oh, where'd it go? What the? What? Cube? Hello? Wait, what? What happened to it? It's gone. Oh, I hit it. I was very confused. Do 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 do. We'll just slap a solidify on here. Get some nice high poly tongue. The back of the tongue doesn't need many polygons, but the front can use a few. Da, 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 da. I want to watch Star Trek. I want to watch the Next Generation now. That's actually a show I could totally put on the background and work. Usually I can't work while I have anything in the background, like with like people talking. But I feel like I could do that with Star Trek because I've seen it so many times that I would just not even need to pay attention because I know the context for everything, more or less. Might be an episode here and there, I don't remember. Working on tongue. Star Trek tongue. I don't know what Star Trek tongue would be. It's a little scary. Oh, I did make the inside of the mouth before I applied modifiers. That's annoying. Okay, that's fine. So we will hide that, and then this. All right, is this up or down? That is down. We're going to pull this down. There we go. Okay, so this is down, so we're going to not use sharp. We'll pull this up. Mouse. I keep hitting Z on accident. Oh yeah, I'm pressing Z on purpose, just in edit mode instead of when I'm moving things. I'm surprised my fingers don't cramp up from all this button mashing I'm doing when I'm blundering. Wait, what happened? Something got messed up. Oh, I see. Now we'll leave it like that, and then... two verts there, and then this up. Always hard. Yeah, I know. I've gotten used to it, so it's not too bad for me. But like, I don't know. I can't stand X-ray. I don't know why. Like people who use X-ray, um, like in this mode and do that. Like it should be easier, but I don't know. Like this messes with my brain more than this, and I don't know why. It shouldn't, but it does. All right, we're almost done. Then we get out of the stupid wireframe hell. There's no reason for the mouth not to be pretty big too on the inside, because it makes our life easier. So we can just kind of just scale this up a lot on the inside. Oh, for later. There we go. It's pretty good. Nice, nice. Okay, I think that's everything. So we can. Are the teeth good? I think teeth are fine. I want to actually just. I'll just keep pushing the teeth up quite a bit because again, no reason for them not to be a little long if anything, because we won't see them. And same amount of polygons. Same amount of data, everything, so might as well. Okay. So let's merge this to the head and merge the tongue into the head. Where's the tongue? There it is. Sub D that, and let's see. How do we want to do this? The tongue can go back as well. Yeah, I want there to be like in the back of the mouth, I want it to be kind of be like circular, like that. Yeah. Hello, Nicholas. How's it going? God. What is the reaction to? Okay. And so let's merge that into the head. All right. Are we missing anything else? I keep forgetting. I am fairly sure that's it. Yeah, I think we're good. We can add blush and stuff, but we can do it later. It's not part of the body material, so I think we're good. So let's actually let's unwrap the tongue, because it's gonna unwrap weird. If we unwrap it here, it's gonna like, yeah, do that. So let's select this and go down and mark seam like that, and I think this should help it unwrap flatter. Yeah, that's good, I think. Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough. We have the tongue and the teeth are going to unwrap just fine. So let's unwrap again. Oh wait, no, we want the inside of the mouth also needs to be unwrapped. So let's do that. Okay. I think we will probably mark that seam here. That seems like a good idea. Yeah, it should be fine. Unwrap. And then for the face, we're going to scale this up a bunch so we have enough resolution. For the breast part, we'll scale that up, and for the hands, a little bit. Fingernails, 9, 10, we'll scale up a bit. And then, what's the tongue? That's the tongue, we'll scale it up slightly. The ear will scale up slightly. Teeth are fine. Fixed scale. Try to pack this all in as much as we can. Looks like we could probably make these bigger without sacrificing too much. Oh, it's in a rotation. Okay. Oh, it failed. Take that iteration count down a bit. I am too lazy to pack UVs myself because it does not matter to me. I'm not hand painting this, so I'm hand painting it, but I'm not painting it with a hand painting software. Like, I'm not painting it on a texture, I'm painting it on a 3D model, so I have the leniency. Okay, cool, that's good enough. Stretching good as well. Let's check that. Show display stretch. Yep, looks good. All right, so that's done. Woo! Did we? No, we did not do the fixed scale. No. We did not do the bodysuit yet, so we'll work on that. Okay. Nice. So I think, is that everything? That might be everything now. How long have we been going? 2.5 hours. The timer's like 15 minutes ahead on the stream. Yeah, 1 hour 40. I don't want to start texturing yet because it's good not to jump into that too much. I think we'll save it for next stream, but what can we do in the meantime? Oh, some weirdness going on here. Let's identify this. Alright, so none of you need to move at all. This is what happens when you merge new mesh. Blend from shape. This is what happens when you add new mesh to a mesh with shape keys. It will sometimes just break. There we go. Excellent. Bum, 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 bum. Let's think. Oh, here, I know what we can do. So, we want some nice normals for this model. Base color is cool and all, but if we are in a 3D rendering engine with all of these features, why not use them? I guess it's up to style, of course. I want normals. So, we're going to do normals. Or bake normals, I should say. We're still focusing mostly on color, but having dynamic shading, especially when you have a normal map to support and make that take advantage of the dynamic shading, it just kind of helps. So we are going to do that. So for every piece of armor, we are going to have a... So the armor is here. We're going to make a new collection. Call this HP for high poly. So bodysuit underscore HP. And we're going to do, or just high, I guess. And we are going to do this for each of our meshes. There we go. And for each of these, we're going to go through and basically just add a bunch of polygons to them. And when we do that, we can now sculpt. I bet YouTube hates this, by the way. Yeah, so we're literally just going to apply mirror, apply subdiv, and yeah, going to go to sculpt mode. And well, it's kind of weird there, to be honest. Let's see if we can fix that. There we go. So these are all merged. Okay, there we go. And that should subdivide a bit better. A little bit. Not really. Oh well. Actually, why didn't it? It's kind of being a little weird here. Oh, because it's still mirrored. Oh, I know why. All right, let's undo that again. Then apply the mirror and then the subdiv. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is our mesh and we'll sculpt it later, but for now we're just going to leave it like this because we can at least bake from it. We probably want to bake this piece separate though. So we're going to separate this out. Well, hold on a second. Let's, there we go. Very nice. Hi, Carl. Thank you, thank you. So we're going to call this like bow high. And let's do the same thing for the normal bodysuit. We'll separate it out and then oh, we missed a part. I need to go back into normal selection so we get everything. There we go. Oh, we did the same thing with the high poly bodysuit. Okay. Undo this all. Okay. Go into normal select so you don't miss anything. Alright, now we didn't miss anything. Bow high. Then hide this. And normal. We'll just call this bow. Okay, cool. So we got these done. Let's do the armor. It's called boot base. Apparently it was called armor 1. Right, yeah. And actually, I think... Oh no, we want to split this off. So we can have 2 sets. We can have armor 1 and separate these out. Actually, this is kind of hard. Because if we want to bake the boots, we also need those separate. Okay, so we'll call this armor 2. And then we'll just like separate this out. Plus armor 3. This is just for baking purposes. Okay. So let's copy all of these into high poly. Underscore high. Okay. Now for the high polys. Sculpt prep. Well, I mean, you missed a lot of the rest of the stream before. But we made fingernails and toenails and mouth, inside of mouth and all that, and finished UVs. So that was kind of like the main thing of for the agenda today. But now that we did that, yeah, I'm just kind of doing whatever I feel like until, you know, I'm tired, which I'm a little tired, but I want to at least get all this, like the prep done. Yeah, and then we can sculpt and start texturing. I'll probably just go back and forth between sculpting and texturing because a lot of the texturing doesn't need the sculpts. At least the start of the texturing doesn't, when we're just kind of, you know, doing base color and blocking things out. Because I already modeled the low poly how I want it. Pretty much. Like, I don't know, I've done that before. And the thing is, like, the low poly is made very specifically, I guess. And if I just use multi-res and sculpt over it, it just kind of doesn't look right. Like, I could probably do it on like this piece of clothing. Like this would be fine, but even then, so if we slap a multi-res on this and I subdivide it a few times and I sculpt on it, like, I don't know, I already have like the look I want for it because I modeled it. And so if I like add some here, right, I mean, I'm just giving an example, right? And I go back to the, like, how do I do this? Yeah, so like, and now it's like on the base mesh. I don't know, like, I guess it wouldn't hurt. It's just, I don't know, I just don't really want it. Like, this is fine, but for the body, I wouldn't do that. Like the bodysuit, for example, I'm gonna go and do like a bunch of small like folds and wrinkles and stuff on the bodysuit. And it's just like not high poly enough for it to really matter, I guess. That's what I feel like. Because I would just have to retop instead, because sculpting off of the low poly doesn't matter. Because I make my high poly with subdiv? What do you mean? I don't... I could sculpt with subdiv. The thing is, I just wouldn't use the... I don't want the base mesh to be changed. Yeah. So it doesn't matter that I'm using subdiv or multi-res. I just... The base mesh is already how I want it, so I don't need it to be modified based on my sculpting. I could try doing it. When I do sculpt, I'll try using it on this, because I think this would be fine to use it on. But, like, for example, this is pretty low poly, and if I go to, like, sculpt on this, right, it's not... I don't know, I feel like it's not really going to have much of an effect. So if I do this, sculpt base mesh, like, I don't know, it... Actually, maybe I don't sculpt base mesh. If I want to like do something on here, then I go, how do I view simple? Is this the view simple? How do I see this? Then I bring it down, yeah, to like what it normally is. I don't know. Like, I don't really want... The mesh is already how I want it. So that's basically why. But I'll give it a try again. It's been a while. I've been sculpting a lot more, so maybe I can make use of it now. There's no reason not to try. Alright, let me just undo everything I did just in case. Okay. So... And like in this case, I just want the armor to be... I just want like a smoother version of the armor, so it doesn't matter if I use multi-res or subdiv, it's the same thing. I'm just going to bake out a higher quality version. You ran into issue if goes up to a high poly rate of baking. No, I haven't had that issue. But that's, I just separate all my meshes out so I can have a larger cage. Yeah, I I pretty much use sculpting this workflow for all my stuff right now, and I don't really have any issues anymore, so I'm not sure. Having it be the same mesh with just higher steps seems to be what other programs like ZBrush likes to use. Yeah, no, it makes sense. I don't know. I've tried it in the past and I didn't really I didn't like how it affected it basically, because I already modeled like the large, like for the low poly, I already modeled like, for example, like this, like I already have it kind of settled how I want, and it's not super high poly. So any more detail that comes from me sculpting it is like going to be very minimal. But I guess, again, like in a long cloth case is fine. But on like the bodysuit, for example, when it's going to be the low poly one here, and get the shape keys, like you're not really gonna get much mesh definition. Like if I like have some things here, like at most it's just gonna be like, I don't know, like this, you know, and that it doesn't look that good when it's that low poly. I'd rather just keep it smooth so the profile is nice and you don't get like a choppy profile, because I don't like it when like, oh, this got offset because I sculpted on it, and then like you look at the profile and it's like, okay, well now it's all jagged because it was the low poly that got moved. I'd rather have it smooth and just let the shaders take care of the normal part. Yeah. So I think in certain cases multi-res is good. Just in other cases, I don't think it helps much. This little spot has some weird normals going on with it. Just internally debating. Oh, I see. Yeah, makes sense. I don't know. I'm always changing, so I'm always down to try things or retry things, you know, because I'm a lot better than I was. So it makes sense for me to, you know, give it a shot and see if I can make some good use of multi-res. I think it's a good idea. But yeah, that's just why I don't use it right now. I don't know why all these creases were removed. That was my issue here. I need to get those creases back. A lot of stuff looks jagged from angles. Yeah. That's like the only like kind of major concern I have with stuff like this, so. Okay, there we go. I think I fixed my problem. Are you going to use dynamic bones for Reverie or make your own? I have dynamic bones and I have Magica cloth in it currently. I'd like to make my own someday, but it's just not really worth the effort because that's going to be like a month-long excursion, I'm sure, to make something decent. But I'm not really working on Reverie right now anyways. I'm taking a break because I kind of lost a lot of motivation for it when a lot of other people who were kind of interested in it don't seem to be that interested anymore. Probably just because it's just taking a long time, which it's going to take a long time. That's just how, you know, making a game works. But I understand, you know, where they're coming from. So I'll just need to kind of, I think I'm going to scale back a lot of what I want to do with it and make it a little more simple. Miss VOC Fizzbone? Yeah, Banana Bones definitely downgrade compared to Fizzbone. I mean, Fizzbone was meant to be an upgrade in every way, basically, to Dynamic Bone. That was the whole point. I don't know why this corner is being so weird. Why it's doing this. Super strange. No, it's not that. It was the bevel. It was the topology that was causing it. So it's not there anymore. It's just weird that it caused it to begin with. Like that shouldn't really happen. So I don't know. We're gonna get rid of all of our sharp edges now and increase the poly count on this. Make sure everything looks good. We lost our creases up here. Let's get those back. You just mark everything as sharp. And stuff was marked as sharp, but now that it's the high poly, it doesn't matter. So, because it's not going to use it regardless. I want the sharps to turn into just sharp bevels for baking, because that'll look nicer. That's kind of what I'm working on right now. Is just getting all the sharp edges and stuff to be beveled, or to bevel them with kind of like using subdiv instead. Okay. So see that how when it without subdiv it's really smooth looking, and now with it it's nice and sharp. That's what I was going for. And hopefully this all bakes down nicely as well. Yeah. That's the goal. Okay, cool. I think that's everything. So let's apply this. Yeah, looks good, looks good. I might still do sharps as well. We'll see. So that's done. High poly on this. This is gonna be really easy. Just slap subdiv on this. Nothing much to do on these. Yeah, looks good. Let's make sure there's no weirdness. Yeah, like here there's some weirdness. It's stupid. There we go. Looks good. Let's check the boots. The boots should be fine as well. And get rid of the sharp edges. increase. Wait, let's mirror. Oh, we can't. Oh, we can mirror these. No, can we? Yeah. UVs don't matter. It's nice that UVs don't matter. It's very nice. And these. Okay. Cool, cool. Also, let's go around and add some extra edge loops to these edges to make them a little bit sturdier. I'll do the same thing here. Just too sturdy. Nice. Okay, this is done. What else do we have? So that's done. Yeah, I mean this is done. I don't see anything else we really need to do on this. I think even this should be fine. Why did I apply the modifier? I didn't need to. That's fine. We'll see. We can go back and change or adjust some stuff if we need to. Yeah, so for the belt and these buckle pieces, we all need these to be separate meshes as well. Wait, this was the low poly I'm messing with. Oops. Alright, we need to like hide all that completely. There we go. So I only mess with this stuff. But we might call it here. We can work on sculpting and getting ready to sculpt for it, like per what do you call it? Like per thing, per material, basically. So we can like start up Substance Painter next stream. And usually what I like to do is I like to have the body and then like the outfit in the separate project. So like we'll have her armor and like clothing in its own Substance Painter project. And then have the body and hair and head in a different one. So I think we'll work on that. So yeah, nice. Coming together. Oh, I'm tired. Thanks, Taka. Thank you. All right. Yep. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Next time, I assume tomorrow, because I don't see why not, we will be hopefully in Substance. I said that today, but of course it was a lot more than I remembered. So yeah. But we're on, like, sculpting and texturing is a pretty big deal, but that shouldn't take forever. It's more, for me, it's more like annoying or frustrating because I'm not very good at that stuff yet. Or at least I want to be better at it. And so it's more frustrating than difficult. So yeah, no, I've been going at a very good pace. But that's on purpose. Like I would definitely take much longer on this project if I was not streaming it. Because the kind of like 3-hour streams I've been doing, or anywhere from like 2.5 to 3 hours roughly, those would generally be like an 8-hour day of me modeling. So I've kind of cut a lot of small detailing and certain things that might take a while out. So I'm focusing more on like efficiency on this model than like doing everything absolutely perfect. Like there's totally things I would spend way more time on if I wasn't streaming, but that's, you know, that's the point. I want this series to be like 20 streams maybe. I don't want it to be like 50, which is what it would be if I was going my normal pace. So half time, maybe even less. That seems about right to me. So we'll see. Who knows? But yeah, I think we're halfway done, which seems like a lot to do, but modeling is often the hardest part in terms of at least getting the project to the stages. Because at this stage, I'm going to finish the model, like no matter what, because I'm already too far along to give up. Some poor guy on Fiverr edited down to 1 hour. There's not enough content. I mean, there's enough content. It's just more like, what are you going to edit it down to? You know, it's a very slow pace. That'd be interesting to see what someone would do. Give them like $50 and be like, all right, here's like literally, you know, I don't know how many hours of footage. Let's get a calculator out. So if I do 2.5 hours on average for a stream times 25, that's over 60 hours of content. Wow, 60 hours for a model, that's really good. If I get to 25 streams or less and I make this model, that's really good. So yeah, because yeah, that is very good. Because that's like a week and a half of work. So in terms of like hours, like yeah, if I did 8 hours a day, so that means I could technically do 2 of these in a month somewhat comfortably. If I was working like full time, even once a month, you know, and say I make, you know, 1,500, 2K minimum off each model I make, because I think this model would at least make like 1,500. Then that would be, you know, that would be pretty good. I'm not good in terms of a full-time job, but I think I could earn a lot more than that. What would I want like a month on average to be happy? I would want at least, I maybe make income from other things. So modeling is like the main one, but it's not the only one. So if I was in total, I think I would want like, you know, 4K a month to be comfortable. Which I'm not making right now. But to sustain myself and actually save money, like 4K at least would be good. And I make like 1K a month at least right now without releasing models at all. So I could do like 2K a month on top of modeling, and that's one model. And then if I release models consistently, I'll end up selling more because, you know, more people are seeing them, I'm more popular, I'm getting better, etc. So yeah, 1 model a month. If I just, even if I do a fast one like this where I'm not like doing it perfect, you know, we'll see it. This is the test. This is literally what I'm doing it for, is the test to see if I can do a fast model and still sell it. So that is the goal. Okay. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna go, even though we have a lot of people here finally. It would be a simple Or it would be enough for simple stuff and invest into one that sell well. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. So, okie dokie. See you guys later. Bye bye.